Hi, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Dave. I do lots of shopping hauls on this channel, and this week I have done a Tesco shopping haul. So I've actually been away for the weekend. My husband drove when we were going away, and I did this online order while we were in the car on the way there. So I've done the meal plan and the shopping list and done the shop in the car on the way there. If that isn't a productive use of time, I don't know what is. Yeah, but it could also mean that I've not done it very well because I haven't been able to check the cupboards and stuff to see what's in, so it's all gone from memory. But before I get showing you what I've got in this week's shop, I'm just going to tell you what I've got in the meal plan if you're interested in that. So we've got Cajun rice, which we've had lots, stir fry, Diet Coke chicken with sweet potatoes, Diet Coke chicken with rice because I'll just make double portions and then put some in the fridge. We're doing a Hunter's chicken, which I brought in one of my previous shopping hauls. It's in the freezer, just so that I can get out and defrost. And I'm going to do that with some root veg mash and some frozen peas. And then we're going to do some homemade pizzas and oven chips and some chicken wraps at the end of the week. I might have to go out and grab some salad to go in those chicken wraps. Let's get started and see what I've got in this week's shop. Okay, so I'm going to start with these Easter eggs here. These are on Clubcard prices. They're £1 each. The supermarkets all tend to compete with each other, don't they, at this time of year? I think at Asda they may have been at 98 pence, but not particularly bothered. It's also on the mini eggs and that sort of thing. Probably one of my favourite offers was the £1 on these various Easter eggs this week. However, I did get some free samples in this shop, which I'll show you in a minute as we get to them. These are the wraps that I'm going to be using to do the chicken wraps later on in the week. These are 20p off with Clubcard prices, so these are just £1.35. I've got some wholemeal rolls, or cobs as I'd call them where I'm from. Yeah, I'm just going to make some stuff up for lunches with these. Does anyone know what's going on with the tomato puree at the moment? Because I've only got this one available, which is really expensive. So this one was £1.20, and it's smaller than like the Tesco versions. So it's kind of like double the price and less in. And I'm not really sure you need a particularly expensive brand for this, but yeah, it was all that was there. I needed it for a recipe, so I had to go with it. So I brought some of the cheap Springforce toilet roll. I'm not feeling it, so I've gone back to this one. It's only a brand higher, but I think these are a decent one at a decent price. So yeah, gone with that. I've got a Swede here that's going to be used to make the root veg mash, although it doesn't feel particularly great quality. It already feels like it's on the turn. So what I might end up doing is making this root veg mash a little bit earlier on during the week and freezing it ready for the Hunter's chicken. The baked potato here, I just went for one loose because again, that's going to go in the mash that I'm doing as well. 3 onions, it's just what was required for the recipes that I'm following this week. 1 will go in the Cajun rice, 2 will go in the Diet Coke chicken, and that's because I'm making double portions. So again, loose peppers here. They're much better quality than the ones that are in the packets every single time. They never let me down. Actually, they had green ones in this one, where quite often they only have red peppers available. So I was pleased to be able to get a bit of a selection, but I would like it if they had like some yellow or orange ones. Just makes your food look a bit better as well, doesn't it, rather than anything else. Some carrots here. I've gone for loose carrots. You never quite know what you're going to get in an online shop, do you? So one of these is going to go in the Cajun rice, and 2 of them will go in the root veg mash. I was pleased that I was able to get these loose bananas here. Much better quality than the ones that come pre-packaged. And then I've treated myself to the sweet easy peelers, even though there wasn't actually any offer on these. But yeah, they are nice. They are particularly nice at this time of year. So yeah, looking forward to trying those there, even if they are a bit steep. We have got some sweet potatoes here. Some of that will go in the root veg mash, and then some of that will be used when I'm just going to have it on baked sweet potato. That is the Diet Coke chicken. Stocking up on these little mini chocolates here, low calorie, only 95 calories for a Freddo, so it gives us the chocolate fix. And then stocking up on the Kit Kats as well. I love these. Again, only 104 calories for this one, 107 calories for white chocolate, and 104 calories for the caramel ones. And these had a third off, so they're £1.30, so we doubled up on all of those. I said to you about the free samples actually, so I just put these in the online basket, and yeah, they were just thrown into the shop. So I've got a lime Coke Zero, So I'm looking forward to trying that. In our house, we have actually cut out fizzy drinks now, unless it's seen as a treat rather than a daily thing. I think that I don't crave as much crap to eat since I've cut it out, but I don't know whether that's all in my head. But we'll give this a try at some point. And then, sticking with the Kit Kat themes, this hazelnut Kit Kat. So obviously we love Kit Kats in this house. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. However, only the hazelnut one was available to have as a free sample. I'm allergic to nuts, so I won't be eating that, but I'm sure my husband Rob will enjoy that lots. Okay, so that was all of the ambient stuff done. Let's move on to the fresh stuff now. There is no meat in this shop, and that's because I stocked up on meat on previous shops using Clubcard Plus and that sort of thing. So yeah, I like it when you do that, because then that's a big expenditure, isn't it? And the shops tend to be a bit cheaper after that. So let's get stuck into the fresh bits. So I said the fresh bits, but actually I've only got one frozen thing in this week's shop, and it's just some cheap chicken steaks just to have in the freezer. Yeah, I think it's always worth having something like this in, isn't it? So I've got some spring onions here. They don't seem like the best quality spring onions actually, but these are going to be chopped up and sprinkled over the top of the Cajun rice. It really makes a difference having the raw onions. Probably makes it sting, but it's nice. I've gone for some of the finest black grapes and the finest strawberries. I love that we're coming into the time of year when I'm going to start buying strawberries in my shop quite a lot. And there was an offer actually as well. So these were on 2 for £4. So there was a selection of the finest fruits that were on that 2 for £4 offer. So that's why I treated myself to the black grapes as well. And also on my Clubcard challenges, I've got Tesco Finest on there, and I've also got Tesco Fresh Fruit. So I wonder if it'll bump up both challenges. I doubt it, but do you know what? It's a nice thought. I've got barbecue chicken sandwich fillet here. This is really nice if you've never had it before. They're just going to be going into the cobs that I'm doing. I'm going to have them for lunch. In fact, I'm going to make some up in a minute because I'm going to be on the road for when it's lunchtime, so it's just easy to have in the car. I've gone for one of the stir fry kits again here. So yeah, I've gone for the Thai-inspired stir fry sauce. I don't know if I've had this one before. My husband will be able to tell me. It might even be in a previous video, but yeah, I've gone for that this week. Try and change it up a little bit. Some protein noodles here, and then a large vegetable stir fry. This was one of 2 substitutions in the shop this week. The other one is coming up in a second. I'd ordered the smaller bag of the stir fry, and that's just because the sauce goes over it more, so it's not a big deal that they've sent this. In fact, I think it's a fairly good substitution. There's more food and it's cost me no extra money, so yeah, more vegetables actually. I need it after being away for the weekend. Then we've got this high protein natural yoghurt here. So we've actually got some flavoured powder to try with this. So yeah, I thought, let's give that a go. Keep it quite plain and see how it goes. Spicy chorizo slices. This week on our homemade pizzas, we're going to have the slices again. So yeah, it's a bit of a staple for us. I've gone for 3 packets of the chestnut mushrooms. I prefer these ones to the ordinary mushrooms. They had 10p off with Clubcard prices. So yeah, they were only 80p. The date on them isn't particularly great though, and doesn't work ideally for the meal plan. Now I might take a risk and just leave them in the fridge for the extra day. They'll probably be fine. Or I might just chop them up and freeze them and throw them in there from frozen. See if I've got time. Protein shakes, we have got 2 chocolate, I'm dropping them all over the place, and 2 strawberry this week. They've started doing bigger bottles of these actually, and they were on special offer, but my husband has these kind of like as a controlled amount, so yeah, this works out better for him. I think if you have a big carton of it, you're more likely to have more than you need, aren't you? This was the other substitution in this week's shop, a sweet and crunchy salad. I'd actually ordered shredded lettuce to go in the cobs that I'm going to be doing with the barbecue chicken sandwich filler. I thought it's interesting that they sent a sweet and crunchy salad rather than just like a whole lettuce or sweet gem lettuce, romaine hearts. But you know what? This will do perfectly fine. So yeah, I'm happy with that on this occasion. It's worked quite nicely. I've got some of these mini cheeses here. Didn't need these. I've gone for some of the extra mature ones and the light ones as well, which are slightly lower calorie, but there's not a huge difference between the two, if I'm completely honest. They had 60p off, so yeah, the date on them is always really good. So these were £1.50 per packet. And then finishing off with the 2 4-pinters of milk. So if you've made it this far into the video, thanks very much for watching. Please consider giving the video a little like, it really helps me out. And if you've really enjoyed it, make sure you subscribed if you're not already. I've got another mega Tesco haul coming up where I need to use that Clubcard Plus. So yeah, if you're interested in the really big shops, that should be coming up fairly soon. I've got some food testing coming on, some unboxing going on, and I'm going to be doing some other supermarket hauls as well, including the buying the cheapest items, because that seems quite popular. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.